HyperX are well-known headphones in gamer circles, but let's see what the fuss is all about. In the nice black box you receive headphones, detachable mic and cables. And I said cables because we have two pieces here. First one is shorter and it goes directly into the headphones. And the second part is also 4-poled, so it's suitable for most smartphones and some laptops. It carries both signal for headphones and the mic, which is also detachable, as you can see. Okay. And in my experience, it has nice and clean voice quality through it. So, also important mentioning is that on this shorter first cable you have line-in volume control and also mute button for microphone, which is important for gamers. And the second cable is actually an extension to the first one. All the jacks are actually sturdy and they look like they can handle prolonged usage, and that's great. So, except for making it longer, the second cable is also important because using that one you actually get separate headphones and microphone jack. So if you don't want to use the microphone, or if you need to plug it into traditional headphone amp, you will need to use this one. By the way, I get to review these thanks to a friend who kindly loaned them to me, so thanks V. Now, build quality of this whole thing is great, and materials being used are of high quality. There's an aluminum frame, some strong plastic with soft touch feel, and most importantly, ear cushions are made of soft memory foam, I think, and also they're covered with very pleasant leatherette material. Now, all that gives these headphones a really sturdy and premium feel that makes my AKG K92 look like a toy a little bit. But that also adds to the weight, which is considerable. Personally, I don't mind the weight, and they sit comfortably on my head, and the headband is also nicely padded and comfortable. The grip is slightly on the stronger side, I think, but due to very full and soft pads, it's not unpleasant. There's just a bit of added warmth to my ears, and that's it. All in all, I think the comfort is really good and nobody should have any problems with it. Now, the most important part, the sound. First of all, frequency response is not completely flat and natural. The bass is deep and very powerful, and it tends to give nice warmth to songs and rumble to movies and games. But it is also boosted, and both bass and mid-bass are not the most precise I've ever heard. Going up, we find slightly laid-back mid-range that can still produce a lot of details and pleasantly full voices that have plenty of texture and color. Highs are again slightly more pronounced than mids, but they're very clean and precise, so you never feel overwhelmed by them. But it does make small details sound lively and sparkly, and that's really nice. Now, moving away from the frequency response, these can offer great soundstage. It's actually very wide, and it's spreading left and right from your ears outside of your head, as it should be, of course. Now, add to that great layering and separation of tones, and you get one wide, spacious soundstage. Instruments and voices all have their own space, and they're generally laid back and pleasantly stable, not jumping at you and your ears and in your head, like some headphones do. And that great sense of space these cans provide is also great for movies and games, because you're not only hearing a lot of details, but you also get a lot of spatial information. Now, let me be honest with you. I didn't expect this primarily gaming headset to sound this good, but they really do. I'm not a fan of boosted bass, but they have much more going on, like sweet and nicely textured mids, clean and sparkly highs, and above all, exceptionally spacious and stable soundstage that makes them a joy to listen. When I switch back to my AKG K92, which I also reviewed, I notice much more forward presentation that gets at your head and at your ears. Faster bass and more prominent upper mids, but AKGs can't really match Cloud Alpha's clarity, spaciousness and layering. So they sound cluttered in comparison, like everything is going on just around your ears and around your head, while these organizes that in much nicer, wider, more spacious soundstage, and I like them for that. Just be sure to pair them with a good source if you want to hear the most of them. They're not exceptionally demanding in terms of power, and they'll work fine even with smartphones that have nice and clear audio output. But the source needs to be clean and clear if you want to hear what they can really do. Let's say something in line with topping NX4 or the X3 Pro. That said, if you connect them to a lesser quality source, they will handle it graciously and they will continue to sound very decent. But you will miss some of that great spatial information and layering that I'm raving so much about in this review. That latest bit of organization you can have only with really good sources. So to wrap it up, great build quality, great sound that scales well with source quality, and very reasonable pricing for all of that. So in my book, this one is definitely worth it. Thank you for watching and see you next time.